You begin this journey of finding home. You won't be better because you find home. You'll be better because you started the journey. You need to test the limits of your freedom and you see, oh my goodness, so many things you could be doing. I'm happy now. It wasn't always this way. Some years ago, I was dealing with panic attacks, depression. There was just this mind fogginess, and a lot of things were happening to us. There was a money crisis, and I was in school at the time, and I just couldn't cope because I couldn't believe that this was being so difficult when it wasn't even what I wanted to do. I was reading engineering, and it wasn't what I wanted to do. But your parents will try and help you to have sense where you don't have sense. So that's what I was doing. And when all the disaster crashed down and I couldn't eat, it just being in that state of mind made me think how miserable my life is. So you're not even doing what you want and you're suffering. It was a bunch of things. But I think what it was I wasn't living in reality. Let me try and explain. So I used to have this argument with my parents years ago. Not arguments per se, it happened once, maybe twice. I was in the car once and they were talking about how anyone who sees you want to marry you because people want to talk to you because of their beauty. I was still growing up, so I was like, no, whoever sees me wants to talk to me for me. And that's true. But people are first attracted to your physical appearance, and it's actually very important because attraction is a big part of relationships, you know. If I'm not attracted to you, you might as well be my brother. But not just that, it helps relationships to stay together, but so people have to see you first. If they are smart, what will make them stay is your personality. My parents were right about arguing out. No, for me, and when I was living in La La Land, and there was the disconnect between me and reality, because I always wanted people to be nice to me, and I thought life was sugar and spice and everything nice, and it followed the way I related with people. When the financial disaster hit, I was in one of the biggest universities in Nigeria. I'm not going to tell you which one. And all of a sudden, the friends that, oh, this happy family I had, they're not coming to check up on me. And I was confused. I didn't want them to check on me, but I wanted them to. And I was just living in this shame and fear. There was a hole under my shoe from wear and tear, and I couldn't replace it. And someone saw it and she bought me a shoe. Not even my friend, just someone in like a church. We have fellowships in school. In a church group, she bought me a new shoe, which was very kind. And I was happy because I don't have to walk and feeling the ground for my shoe anymore. At the same time, I was so embarrassed. She caught me, and there was a lot of shame about not having money. There was a day someone knocked on my room door and threw cash under the door and ran away. Maybe they knew I was ashamed of something. When I saw it, I was relieved because I've been starving for a while, but at the same time, I was like, oh Jesus, now they know. They know. Who even came? I don't know who came. And what did they think of me? It was a mind fog. I'm not mad at it, but in our culture, you could do more. I'm like, how could I save myself right now? Even though I was like 18 at the time. It happened for a while. How could I save myself? I'm not strong enough, blah blah blah. So over time I dropped out of there because we couldn't sustain it anymore. So devastating, a lot of pain, a lot of shame. People weren't enough for me, and from the situation I saw that I realized love is hard. I would have felt more comfortable if I have a home. But I think what home would have been is a mixture of the people that care for you and the place you want to be. The things I want to do, because you mean I'm suffering like this for engineering, chemical engineering, How annoying. So, changed school and I've done a lot of things, and over time I found balance, and I ran away from home before that happened. My dad took me to read engineering somewhere else again, and I couldn't take it because the program was not even going. There were a lot of problems. He was just forcing me into situations, and I ran away from home. Very exciting stuff. But I think the process of healing that came for me was when I ran away from home, left with my laptop. For years, I wanted to do YouTube. I just opened my laptop, started editing for months. And just seeing yourself on that screen, I was cracking jokes, making videos, and it feels like you're not alone. I could feel, as I'm looking into the screen, I can see myself. It was like I was a different person. I was rooting for myself. Some days I'll say things and I'll laugh. No, it's not like this other. But all of a sudden, I could feel myself through that medium, and I was having a great time. First, I think I had to build a relationship with myself and really appreciate who I am, and that's by putting yourself into a medium that shows, that can help you see yourself or who you are and see value in that. So that's what I did, and ever since then, I guess I've just made some strange choices, but they are my choices. I've made some choices that has helped me to love my life. I'm happy, and the people around me. Oh Jesus! If I don't need you, I don't need you. I don't keep you around. When I see how you're treating me, her, and you're not treating her right, what are you even doing here? By doing something you love, where you value yourself, it just took me out of my mindset. So we've not even entered the video, and we're in 8 minutes. Okay, we'll be fast. We'll be quick. So let me tell you where happiness is. It's a set of the things you like to do and the things people are interested in seeing. Because home is made of people. We are social animals. But it's important that some people live very delusionally. You have to live in reality. There are certain laws in the world. People, I don't blame anyone that tried to, Adiola, we love you. That's one thing that confused me. People, it was a Christian school, so some people used to throw that thing around and they were close friends. In the end, the people that helped you are not even close friends. But people, you have to watch people's actions because you need to understand how the world works. There are some harsh truths, and I found peace with them now. But it's important that you build your home in reality. Don't take people for what they say, take what they do. Home is the subset of what you like to do and what people want to see. That works for your occupation. You should probably find something you like, because if you don't find a way to, something you like is a medium through which you learn to like yourself. You learn to love yourself through the things you do. Home is the balance between self-discovery and reality. See The Little Mermaid, for example, the real story by Kristen, what is his name? She wants the prince, but she's not a person, and she goes to the real world. I think her case is some kind of body dysmorphia. Still, she can't get the prince to like her. It brings the question of, what are you? Are you what you love or who you are in the world? Should you accept who you are? How far should you strive to be what you're not? It has to be within the bounds of reality, at least, because if you strive too hard, some things are just not possible, and when reality crashes down, it crashes down hard. Money is freedom. That's the purest form of money, to do what you want to. But what you need to understand, you don't only need money for this, because money is not the only form of freedom. It's not the only currency of freedom. There's some other currencies of freedom. There's time, there's creativity, there's relationships, there's courage. These are currencies of freedom. Money in our culture, we tend to put it so highly because we have so many systems by which things are done. So we don't understand that things have not always been like that. These systems they are recent inventions. Before, we were just in the bush. And now we're out here. There are a lot of things you can do. And once you stop pretending that money is the only currency of freedom, you have freed yourself. You need to understand that you don't feel good by feeling good. That's not how you get happy, by doing what makes you feel nice in that moment. That's not happiness. Chasing feeling good doesn't work. You need to get goals. You need to search for home. I need to make ways by which you search for home. And I'll get into that later. the skills on how to enjoy your life. But you need to understand feeling good does not make you feel good. In the long term, pain is necessary in life. You have to choose the type of pain you're. Currently, I'm working out, and I'm more. Is either I have the discomfort of working out every morning, or the discomfort of living in my body for the rest of the time. You choose your pain, or you don't feel good by feeling good. The journey is finding home. So, how do we begin this journey of finding home? You won't be better because you find home. You'll be better because you started the journey. Your heart will feel it and you'll feel better for it. Number one, when you're on the journey, you do something wild. Cats, they were crying outside my house, so I went to check on them and I saw these cats crying and I took them in and I begged my mom. It was a whole thing. And I said, can I keep them? Because their mother died and they're just a week old and the malam doesn't know how to take care of them. Mind you, we've had kittens before in the past, but we don't take care of them properly. You have to rub their genitals so they can go potty. We didn't know that, so a bunch of them had died. So this was my project. You have to wake up 5 times a night to feed them. You have to do a lot to sustain them, and that's what I did, and it felt beautiful. Growing something in that moment when I thought I had lost everything. This is when I just... Also, cats are like magic to me. They are so magical. They're like spirit animals. They've taken light. We will go on. Yes, in Nigeria, they take light if you're watching from somewhere else. We will go on. But cats were very magical to me, so they're not like dogs, and they keep to themselves. In a way, I wanted to be like them. They don't seem to ever care. And I felt misused at the time. Cats were such a spirit animal for me, so I took them in, and in taking care of them, and it's like magic was in the house. Certainly, my life wasn't like everybody else's life, it was my life. And anytime I failed, my sister told me, she was, Adiola, you can do Bimbo, such a sweetheart. Adiola, you can do anything. Why? Because I took care of those cats. And that was something wild. You guys, this is Corey. Coco. I get that some people hate cats, but Corey is so hard. Alright, bye-bye. Okay, where was I? So cats taught me how to jump. They're 4 years now. Jumping is where you learn to just do things as soon as you feel them. Some people are always looking for the thing that will make them finally motivated. I think there's a habit of just doing things when you need to do them. Maybe do something wild. I'll suggest you do something random for free. And you need to learn how to break out of systems. Thanks to a lot of innovators, we now have systems that we didn't have before. So, like, for example, if you wanted to farm, you could go to the grocery store and get goods, and it's easy. But it has close to our mind to the fact that in the past people were farmers and they could get things they wanted by just planting. In our house, we have all this space. I could take you around all this space in my house. There's too much space even. And we've been buying certain things we don't need to buy, but recently we started planting things. And there's yam we're planting, there are leaves we're planting. We have even medicinal herbs we're planting. And that's a system that we broke out of. There are a lot of things you could do. And I think you need to learn to find out what you can do. It'll create so much freedom. And a lot of the time you blend into people. I think when you start to do things that are different, you break out of systems, you get your uniqueness back and you start to feel fresh. It might make you happy. And you don't need a lot of people in your life. Get good friends. And part of it is you have to learn to be lonely. You have to learn to value yourself very well. But you need to get friends that you like. Like me, I'm so lucky. I have 3 siblings and every day, I just made a video about it even. We gather around and we just insult each other. Normal sibling energy, It's really grounding when we come together and we watch a movie. It's just the best feeling in the world. When I go outside to communicate with people, I don't need... If I see how you're acting and how that could jeopardize a relationship, I just try and stay away from you. It looks like it's going to rain. So that's part of building home. You need to get an arsenal of people and you don't need a lot of people. You just need people that really care. And I think that's what I was lacking. When you go to Christian environments or places that are even liberal, they try to make emotions up that they don't feel. They try to, we love you, we're always here. That's not true. You just need to get people that their values align with yours. Eventually, you have to get money. It is a currency of freedom. You're going to have some major disasters in your life. And you need money in order to take care of them, like a loved one might fall sick. You need money to preserve your home. But part of finding money or finding a home or finding a career path that is stable is recognizing your freedom apart from money. And then when you're able to monetize it, you remember the subset of what you can do and what people want to see. That's when you get money, you start to protect people with money. I mean, I'm not going to go into it, but I started out with 5 cats, now I have 4. And I imagine if I had money at the time, I could have saved Pepper. They have the silliest Pepper names. Is the white one. This is Curry. And Maggie is upstairs. They've locked them up in their room for food. There's time and there's tea. It's nice to watch something grow. I'll give you a list of... Oh, I made a list over here of things you can do for free. You can watch something grow. You can watch movies with your siblings. You can fix that Rubik's Cube you've had for years. You can edit videos you can post on YouTube. You can cook a new recipe. You can dance. You can sing. You can paint. You can do the same thing in different ways. You can take risks. You're not going to die. I don't know why people think that. You're so scared of everything. I've done most of these things. You can learn a dancing routine. You can drop weight. Really take care of your body. That's one thing I've not said. It's just a gentle type of happiness. You know, happiness comes from the small things. One other thing, you can arrange your space. The space you have now. Home is really important. You don't even understand it. I started arranging my room. Carrie is back. I started arranging my room to how I wanted my room to be, and it just feels like home. It feels nice. It feels like my space. So you could also invest in that. There's so many things. You just need to test the limits of your freedom. You need to test the limits of your freedom, and you see, oh my goodness, so many things you could be doing. Lovers and fighters. Having happiness without money is such a reality, so real. But money is just a form of freedom, and you're going to have major disasters in your life. People will go through things. People will need help. Your loved ones, your home, and you have to defend it. So this part of finding your home, I know it's just Carrie. Part of finding your home is recognizing that you don't need money to be happy, but you're getting it as a tool. Money is such a strong master. Very easily it could contort your personality. You have to be stronger than it, and part of it is finding freedom. What you can do without money first, before money finds you. You guys, look at him. Look at him. He's just like a maggot. What is time? Time? There's another one here. I'm wasting your time. Oh, do I need to say anything again? I don't know where you are right now, but I hope you're happy like I am. And have a nice night. Oh, he's trying to kiss me.